All right. Hello. Okay. Let me see here. Do I have the Insta? All right. Sorry about that. All right. Hello. Thank you for watching. Good evening. I'm attempting this two-camera thing again, just in case the visual is better from the Instagram live when I upload to the IGTV. All right, so hopefully the phone stays up like that, but I have the cameras a little closer together. That way my looking back and forth isn't too great. My name is Jasmine, and I am the author of Fixing Your Tiara, Finding You in Him. And so thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for supporting. Tonight, I'm talking about the download. And so just to give a little background on what I mean, well, first off, the Tiara is what I call a self-discovery guide for daughters of the King. In other words, if God is our daddy, then we have authority in our DNA. And I'm working on something for 2020 to go through that word authority, but keeping it focused. The transfer I spoke about a couple of weeks ago, and you can find that on the IGTV and YouTube. And so I know that you transfer into a whole nother person from reading Fixing Your Tiara. Even as I reread it to give you this content, I'm facing those transformative moments again and again. And so using the analogy of a computer, you transfer data, you transfer information, you move something over to another system for a purpose, and likewise with God and us. And so this book has 12 chapters. I've described that the first six. The first half of the book is the upload, and now we're talking about the download. And so you could check that out on YouTube. Last week, I did the upload, and same thing, it's on IGTV. And it basically is about what comes into you. What are you getting that simply makes your system better? What is coming into your ability to function and process and think and feel and make decisions? But tonight we're focusing on the download. And I basically mean that you are not only getting more from reading Fixing Your Tiara, but there's a reason for it. There's something you got to output. Now you're going into the world. Now everything that this book has cultivated within you is for a reason, whether it's decision making, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's to face your purpose in life. Your download is to use everything that has come into you for what you're going to put out into your life. And so as we evolve as young women, as we evolve in the society that we're in, you have to remember that you aren't just who you see yourself as today. You definitely aren't who you used to be, but you are bracing yourself for the woman you are becoming. And so I'm gonna open my notes and get straight into it, because I like to keep these videos at least in the time frame that is acceptable for the IGTV. Now, if I'm correct, they've expanded it to 15 minutes, but let's not push it. So again, the title is Fixing Your Tiara, Finding You in Him. And stay for the end of the video, because I'll tell you about a promotion that I have going on until only December 22nd. All right, look out for that. So keeping it pushing. Thank you for sharing and subscribing, or, on Instagram for following. Thank you. And so here we go. Again, the book is broken into halves. So this explanation of the download is chapters 7 through 12. And so the word I found from chapter 7 is capacity. And so I have talked about this maybe once or twice actually on my YouTube channel, but that enlarging your territory, a lot of people ask for God to enlarge your territory, and you think that means more and better and greater things, but realize that he strengthens your ability to encounter. And I have in my note ... So he strengthens your ability to encounter troubles, to encounter frustration, to encounter decision making. So whatever that end of the sentence is, your capacity to face and to sustain yourself during future trials is expanded. And sliding into number 8, Hope, hope, hope. HOPE, hope. And I actually didn't talk about it in the book, but I have an acronym for hope. That means to have the hallelujah, the outlook, the patience, and the energy for the things you are facing or will have to face. And so the note I have here for chapter 8 is that this will not take you out. Say that, say that, say that. Type it in. Actually, type that in. Say, this will not take me out. I need you to believe it. I need you to exclaim it for yourself. This will not take me out. All right. And so hope is not just in trying to see the pros and cons in the situation. It's not just saying, all right, well, hopefully tomorrow's better. It's about having something inside of you that has a tight grip on what's next. And that next isn't a downside. That next isn't what you're just hoping to avoid. No, no, no. That next is greater. Okay. So that's number 8. Well, chapter 8 is that having hope also means that this will not take you out. Mm-mm. And so I know this word might throw you off, but in this life, sometimes people throw around the word victim, or, we think on our shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I want us to focus on the word fault, 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 from reading chapter 9, because I want us to stop denying reality. That's the note I have. Stop denying reality. In other words, what was, what might have been, what we wish happened isn't here. And as much as we want to replay the tape and figure out what I could have done differently, or, how could that person have talked differently to me, and all of these other could be's and what ifs, our today is not yesterday, and our today isn't what it isn't. Okay. So not to be, harsh and to the point, but with God's spirit nurturing you and trying to give you a different perspective, it becomes easier as you go through fixing your tiara to learn how to let go of the fault you see in your life. You want to see a lot of the what's wrong, a lot of the what should be. That doesn't help you have now what you want if you're looking at just what isn't, right? And I definitely talked about that on my YouTube before. You can't catch something new if you're holding on to what's old, okay? So stop denying reality. Let go of what could have been. Oh, I like talking about that. I do. And I need it for my own life too sometimes. I do. All right. And I love 10 through 12 because this is really where you put the download into action and you come alive. Your fire is set. All right. So number 10, or for chapter 10, I have the word create because God is a creator. And like I keep saying when I talk about this book, if God is our daddy, we have authority in who we are. So take that authority. And remember, I'm talking about authority in 2020. All right. So keep connected, subscribe or follow if you haven't. The Facebook page is Fixing Your Tiara. But also, I do encourage you to join the Facebook group. It's called Daughters of the King. So I want to build a mentoring community of us royal sisters. Okay. And so that's Facebook, Daughters of the King. I want you to focus on that word authority, because if God has all of the power in all of eternity throughout the universe, and you are like him, you know how they say, oh, you look like your daddy, or you look like your mommy when they see families together or in a picture. You are like your daddy, okay? You can create. If he created you, he created the world, he created the plants, he made you to create. All right? Let's just focus on that. I need you to hold on to that power, period. You are a creator. And so the note I have is that you can make the life you hope for. And that comes from watching what you say and protecting how you think. But again, that's in the book, all right? That's in the book, all right? And at the end of this video, I'm going to share the promotion that I have. So stay with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I really, really appreciate every view and every share. All right. And for chapter 11, the word I have is become. And even reading it again now, I'm remembering that it is my job to evolve. Okay. And the phrase I have next to it is that we are an evolution of ourselves. It is what we are consistently doing. Every single day we breathe, you are evolving. How you think, the way you perceive a situation, and how you feel about yourself, you're consistently evolving. And so you cannot judge yourself for who you are not yet, but you can look at who you've been and you can decide on how to become the woman that you are learning that God has designed for you to be. And so you are always going to become more of who you were born to be. I love that one. Okay. And so finally, last but definitely not least, because I'm still learning this one. I live by this. You have to remember the pace of your life is everything. Because we don't know God's timing, and because we know that everything has a window of opportunity, whether you talk to somebody on a certain day, or if you make a certain financial decision or not, a lot of things in our lives are depending on how we move in terms of time. And so, what I also need you to realize is that you cannot be afraid. If you're deciding on school or not school, enter a relationship, break up with a person, has maybe a friendship in your life come to the end of its season and you really don't know how to navigate that, or even if you want to write a book, everything has its time. And actually, that's found in the book of Ecclesiastes. You have to pace yourself with everything you do, but you have to go unafraid. All right. That's sorry for the vibration on the Instagram. You have to say, I am not afraid. I'm going at God's time. I'm listening to what He has for me next. I'm not rushing ahead of God. Please don't rush. Please don't rush. But I talk about that in chapter 12. The pace of your life is always going to be steady as long as you go with God and do not be afraid. Okay. And so that wraps up the download that you experience in the transfer that comes from fixing your tiara. So I'm looking at the time. I've actually passed the 10 minutes, but I'm under the 15. So I'm not going on too long. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And so what I want you to know, what I have for you, thank you for sharing and subscribing, following, is that I'm giving away the book for free this week, only for 4 days, if you subscribe to my website. And so I already have content there, a couple of videos, I think, maybe 3, but they're just from the YouTube. So if you haven't already, explore my YouTube. I was doing different modules, I guess you would call it, or different segments. I like that word. I've been doing different segments from July to November. So there's already content on the YouTube, but I have a few on the website, jasminemap.com, and they correspond with the blog. So if you like to read, the blog In the Garden is waiting for you. And my book is also found there. And so when you subscribe, you will receive an email with a coupon code to receive Fixing Your Tiara for free. So you'll get the ebook within a day. That way, I don't want to make any hasty promises, okay? But I know that I can definitely pay attention to the subscriptions as they're coming in, because you're getting a personalized email. I'm looking at all of the subscriptions that come in and I'm sending the email myself one-on-one. So that's the promo, and it expires on December 22nd. So you tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. So you and the friends, the cousins can get your copy of Fixing Your Tiara by Christmas. Yay! Happy holidays. So the ebook will be free when you subscribe at jasminemap.com, and the coupon will be in the email. And again, December 22nd, that is it. That is it. And I'm working on something for January. Oh, I have I don't want to call it a feast, but you're going to love it. If you think the upload and the download have been giving you some perspective on how to fix your tiara in life, I'm coming out with a webinar. Yay! I'm coming out with a webinar in January. So I want you to start looking forward to that. And as soon as the new year comes in, I'll be, releasing the promos and discounts to help you get your seat in that webinar. So look out for that on Instagram. I'm Fixing Your Tiara. And okay.